So hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm in Coaching Center. So today I'm going to explain female reproductive rate. And today I'm going to explain 12th standard biology, second chapter, that is sexual reproduction of flowering plants part 2 video. So let's come to the video. So female reproductive unit, the pistil of a flower is the female reproductive unit. This you are seeing here in this photo. The pistil, this is the female reproductive part of the flower. So the carpel and the pistil has a stigma. So the carpel and pistil has the stigma. So this carpel and the anther. This carpel and the anther and the stigma. The stigma have region for pollen grains and a style and panosloan. This style have a region or ovary. It is having the ovary, and ovary contains several ovules, and ovules integrate megasporangium. Megasporangium means this anther. So here you will know what is megasporangium means carpel. This carpel which will integrate carpel. Next, the ovule is attached to a placenta by means of a stalk called funculi or funcule, and the point attached to funcule is to the ovule is known as the helium. So next, the actual megasporium, that is the carpel equivalent is a parenchymatous tissue, that is called as the nucleus. It may be thin or it may be any shape. So on the basis of number of integuments or ovules or of following types, they are the unitegmic, bitegmic, tritegmic and ategmic. Unitegmic is 1, bitegmic is 2, tritegmic is 3 integuments, 3 integuments it has, and ategmate is without integument. So in the inner region of the integument may provide nourishment to development of embryo sac, and it is called as the endothelium. So this is the photo. So in this photo image you can see the helium, the fentanyl, microcopil. So this diagram you have to practice. And the castor bean reckons proliferation of the integumentary cell at the micropellar region is called as the caruncle. So forms of ovule, orthotropous. So orthotropous, the body of the ovule lies straight and upward. So the body of the ovule that lies straight and upward over funcale is the orthotropous. Like this, see, like this it will be straight here, micropole and integument, embryo sac it has, nucleus it has, cells and funicle. Orthopause ovule, like this, see, it is straight upward it is. So this diagram you have to practice. They may ask this and this diagram, or they may ask draw the label diagram of orthotropous in your final exam. So practice. See, only straight lines you have to draw till upward, and you have to micropole, embryo sac, nucleus, intergametes means they have two gametes, intergamete space, and chalcite, yes, and the funicle. Like this you have to draw and practice. Next is the anatropous. So the body of ovule is inverted and gets fused with the funicle, forms ridge called raphe. Helium and micropole are nearby with chalca and opposite side. Opposite sides, it is most common types of ovule. So like this it will be downward. Here micropole. Here the eggs will be there. here sac and embryonic sac it is. Here the nuclei and the central cell. Nuclei interconnects. Chalsa upward. Here Chalsa was downward. Here see upward it is. Here raphe, and here in the right side synergids, vascular stand, helium, hilum. Here we said no, and funiculus. Next, hemianthropos. So the body of ovule is placed at the right angle, like a right angle. Means it is like a 90-degree. See it to the funicle. It is called funicle. So it is like a right angle, and it also has microfold. Here see. Here you have to name the remember the common thing that all ovule has microfold, embroid, jalsa, nucleic, and funicle. See all embryo. See all the ovule. See however you see microfold is there, jalsa is there, embryo is there, funic is there. Leaving this second one, that is anatropus. See this also have the microfoil, nucleus, jalsa, and embryo sac. Next is campylotropus. So the body is curved but embryo sac is straight. Helium, jalsa, and microfoil come nearby. So body is see little bit curved. Embryo sac is straight. It is like straight. Here jalsa will come. Here fungi, nucleus, microfoil. So all the things you have to remember that. And intergametes is also common in this like all the media. So like this only you have to remember whether it will be straight 90-degree, and if it is curved if it is straight we call it as the orthopodos, orthotropus, and if it is 90-degree we call it as hemianthropus, and if it is curved near the microfold and embryo is straight, then we call it as campylotropus. Next is amphitropus. So both body and ovule are embryo sac are curved. So all the things are curved. See nucleus, embryo sac, intermediate, microfoil, and raphe, fungi, and jalsa. See all are curved. So the ovule is cercinotropus. The ovule turn into more than 360-degree angle. So funicle becomes a coiled around the ovule. See like this 360 here they did not give naming. 360 it is like. So megasporogenesis. So the process of formation of megaspores from megaspore mother cell is called as megasporogenesis. Ovule generally differentiate a single megaspore mother cell MMC in micropilar region of nucleus and so next is the in the majority of flowering plants, one of the megaspore is functioning while the other one is degenerated, means they are not working. Formation of embryo sac. So the nucleus of functional megaspore divides into mitotically. So to form the nuclei which moves to the opposite folds, and the two nuclei embryo sac. Two more sequentially, monotic nuclear division results in the formation of 4 nuclei and later 8 nuclei. So it becomes first 4, then it divides into 8 nuclei, like that only the division happens. And 6 of 8 nuclei are surrounded by the cell wall organized into cell, and the remaining 2 nuclei they are called as the polar nuclei are situated below the egg apparatus, and the 3 cells are grouped together at the micropilar end and constitute the egg apparatus. So the egg apparatus consists of 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. So it has 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. So these 2 synergids. So next, so 3 cells are the jalsa end are called as the antipodals. Like this it will be. See here it has synergids, eggs, central cells. It will be growing 2 polar nuclei, jalsa end, antipodas, like that only. Next is pollination. Pollination refers to the process of transfer of pollen grains from one anther to their another surface of the flower. Pollination is of two types: self-pollination and cross-pollination. So self-pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma. Self-pollination are of two types: autogamy and gaetogamy. Gaetonogamy. So autogamy, if the it is the self-pollination which occurs between anther and stigma of the same flower. It is the and next is Chasmogamous device. So when the flower exposes their mature anther and stigma to the pollination agent, in lilac the stigma lies exactly below the anther. So in lilac it lies between the anther, and in next is the Cleistogama. The flower remains closed, so there is no alternative self-pollination. So the flower remains closed, so there is no alternate self-pollination but pollination. Anther and stigma of bisexual flowers mature before opening of bud, and thus self-pollination takes place at the time of bud. So they mature. Anther and stigma of the flower mature before opening the bud. Before the bud opens, they mature. So self-pollination takes place and at the time of bud. Next is the second part of the self-pollination is that the second type is geotonogamy. So it is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to one flower to stigma, anther of one flower to stigma of another flower of same plant. So it transfers the pollen grains also to anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of the same plant. It is same plant. Here it transfers the pollen grains from anther to stigma of same or genetic similar flowers, like that on a similar flowers, but here it is transferred to same plant only. So advantages of self-pollination. So it maintains purity of the rack. The plant does not need to produce large number of pollen grains. It ensures seed protection. Next is disadvantage or the variable and hence adaptive to change environment, reduced vitally decrease and ultimately leads to degeneration. What is so next, cross pollination? It is defined as the deposition of the pollen grains from anther to anther of the flower to the stigma of the different flower of anther plant, another plant of same or different species. It is known as the allygamy. In this, so devices of cross pollination. So it is decently there are two types of flowers, male and female. The plants may be monoecious and dioecious. Next is dichogamy. Another anther and stigma mature at different times. They mature. Anther mature earlier. If it is protandry, anther mature earlier. If it is protangy, stigma mature earlier. Next is self-sterility. Pollen grains are incapable of growing over the stigma of a flower plant. Pollen grains grow over the stigma of the flower plant. It is the self-sterility. Next is heterosterility. Flower have two or three heights of style and stamens. They have two heights of styles, or two or three heights of style and stamens are called as the heterostyle. And hercogamy is the presence of the nature or physical barrier between the androecium and the genoecium, which helps in avoiding self-pollination. So they helps to avoiding self-pollination, stop the self-pollination. Advantages of cross-pollination. So the advantage and disadvantage of self and cross them after the final exam. Remember this. So cross-pollination introduce genetic recombinations and variations in the offspring. Hence there may be introduction of genetic recombination and variation in the offspring the plants we get. And cross-pollination increase the adaptive of the offspring towards change in environment. So change in environment, cross-pollination increases the adaptive of offspring towards change in environment. Next is the defective chance of race in elimination and replaced by better characteristics. So they are replaced by better characteristics. And disadvantage of cross-pollination, plants have to produce large number of pollen grains. The very good characteristics are like to be spoiled, so the very good characteristics may become the bad. As the external agency is involved, chance factor is always there. So as in the external agencies are involved, chance factor is always there. So okay friends, till here you understand I think so about the female reproductive unit and the self-pollination and cross-pollination. So okay friends, like, share, comment and subscribe my channel and coaching center for more videos. I will explain the next topic of your chapter, sexual reproduction of flowering plants in my next video. Till then, take care, have a nice day. Bye bye friends.